My lab partner watched me pretend to be fine for 3 years, while secretly being the person I cried to online every night. Nova saved my life without ever knowing it. When my parents' marriage imploded and I spent nights listening to them scream through walls, she stayed on Discord until I fell asleep. When anxiety made me skip lunch to avoid people, she knew exactly what to say. She was the only real thing in my life. We met in a Valorant server 3 years ago, and she became everything. Meanwhile, Violet was just my lab partner. Quiet, smart, always prepared. We made small talk while solutions heated, but that was it. She was just another person at school, part of pretending to be fine. 2 weeks ago, the fire alarm went off during chemistry because sprinklers in C hallway malfunctioned and flooded 3 classrooms. Principal Hayes was sprinting around in his too-tight polo, voice cracking as he screamed about water damage and liability. Violet did this perfect impression that made me actually laugh. That night, Nova mentioned her school's fire alarm went off during 4th period. She said the principal lost it about flooding in C hallway, then did the exact same impression. Same voice crack on liability. Same wheeze. My entire body went cold. I typed, "Wait, what's happening in C hallway at your school?" She responded, "The sprinklers destroyed 3 classrooms today. Total chaos." I stared at my screen. Nova was Violet. The person who knew everything about me had been sitting next to me twice a week for 3 years. I spent 2 weeks spiraling into complete paranoia. Tuesday morning, I walked into lab and Violet smiled at me like always, and I literally had to grip the table to stop my hands from shaking. She asked me to pass the beaker, and all I could think was how this same voice had talked me down from a panic attack 3 nights ago. She joked about our English teacher being incompetent, and I realized she'd made the same complaint as Nova last week. The worst part was every night online, she kept asking if I was okay, saying I seemed off, trying to take care of me like always, while I sat there knowing she was right there in real life, pretending we barely knew each other. Thursday, I almost broke when she mentioned being exhausted, and I knew it was because she'd stayed up until 4 making sure I was okay after my breakdown. I convinced myself she was embarrassed to know me in real life, that she'd figured out who I was, and decided to keep me at arm's length where I belonged. After 2 weeks of torture, I couldn't take it anymore. I stayed after class Thursday with my heart hammering so hard, I thought I might pass out. Everyone left, and Violet was packing up when I blurted out, "I know you're Nova." She looked up and said, "Yeah?" Like it was obvious. "What do you mean, yeah?" She tilted her head and said, "I mean, yeah, we talk literally every day." "Of course I am." I stared at her. "You've known it was me this whole time?" The confusion hit her face immediately. "Wait, you didn't know?" I shook my head and she absolutely lost it. Not mean laughter, but complete shock. Doubled over, tears streaming, gasping for air. "You didn't know? 3 years! You looked me dead in the face for 3 years and had no idea?" She asked when I figured it out, and when I said 2 weeks ago, she literally fell off her stool laughing. "You've been sitting next to me for 2 weeks knowing and didn't say anything?" "Oh my god, I thought you were having a breakdown about college apps." I told her I thought she was embarrassed of me. She stopped laughing and stared. "Why would I be embarrassed? I thought you knew. I thought you were just really focused at school." She caught her breath and explained when she realized who I was freshman year. She assumed I knew too since we were already lab partners. When I never brought up Discord stuff, she figured I was someone who took academics seriously and saved real talk for online. "You'd tell me about panic attacks at night, then come to class acting normal, so I thought you were really good at compartmentalizing," she said, wiping tears from her eyes. "Do you understand how insane this is? I've been carefully not mentioning anything too specific about school because I thought you wanted to keep things separate. 3 years of me thinking you were intensely focused on grades while you had absolutely no clue we were the same people." She started giggling again. "This is genuinely the funniest thing that has ever happened to me. My best friend thought I was 2 different people. I cannot wait to tell literally everyone." The next day, she sat down and immediately started talking about the Valorant match we'd lost the night before, loud enough for everyone to hear, using our actual usernames. I panicked, but she just grinned and said, "What? We can actually talk." She smiled the widest smile and said, "By the way, you're not bothering me when you message at weird hours. You never were. I just thought you knew that already, but apparently you're the world's most oblivious person."